We decided that it was time to talk to our kids, our 6-year-old daughters, Ava and Alexis, about who they are and give them a better understanding of their identity and also the world that we live in.
And talk to them about culturally some of the things that have happened to lead up to some of the events that you are all seeing today. And really, as parents, do our job to educate them so that they have the best influence to possibly, hopefully, grow up and make society better.
What we're hoping to accomplish is to give the girls some knowledge, and we will continue to give them knowledge as they grow so they can help set the example and hopefully help better the world as they grow.
We are going to show our daughters some of the things that have happened in the videos. It might be a little bit graphic, but we feel that it's appropriate to show and teach these things so that the girls have an understanding of what's going on. You can't be aware or have empathy if you have not seen it, if you do not understand it.
Today we wanted to talk to you girls about some real world situations. You girls are getting older and you're becoming more aware of the world around you, and you will be exposed to things outside of what we show you. It's not always good stuff that you're going to learn, but you need to learn these things because it's real life.
Tell me about your skin. Just describe your skin.
What color it is?
Sure. We already know it's nice skin.
Yeah, I know, but
What color is it?
brown mixed with white. It's going to make this color brown.
Well, that's exactly right, because you're what they call biracial. So Alexis, how about you? Describe your skin.
It's lightish brownish, like tannish brownish.
And what about Mama? What about Mama's skin?
It's just brown. Dark brown.
Is she darker than you?
Yes.
Okay, and tell me about my skin. What about my skin?
Your skin is
Other than it looks...
pink. I can see your veins. You're getting very old, Dada.
Okay. So in society, like if you look at me, how would I be described? What type of person would I be? What color? Would I be a black person?
No, a white.
I'm a white person,
White.
right? And what is your mom?
A black.
black person.
A brown person.
Well, we're not talking about literal color, girls. We say black, white to simplify something. There's a lot of people who are black people, but they're different shades, right?
Yeah.
They're different colors.
With
but
different
they're-
shades of brown.
Exactly. But they're
Well,
black
why do they
people.
call this black when it's really brown?
Like I said, it's just
Well,
to make
no,
it
that
simple.
is a good question. If people were to look at you, what do you think they would see you as? If they see Ava and Alexis and they don't know who you are they going to say, what color person are they going to say?
Black person.
Black person.
Black.
Why do you think they're going to say you're a black person?
Because we're brown. But me and my sister are not even dark like black.
Like your mom is a black person, I'm a white person. You're mixed.
It's dark brown and tan mixed together, and that makes all color.
Well, you know, some people are brown people. Like if you look at Latino people, Mexican people, South American people, people that are from places that are from Latin America, they're considered brown people as well. So there's different shades and different cultures of brown people.
Why do you call people white people when you're really kind of like a tannish?
It's not actually a correct term. You shouldn't call people black people white people. It's not a correct term, but it's just to make it easy for people. Your friends at school who look like you, what do you consider them?
Black.
Exactly.
But see, I like your answer, because have you ever really thought about it? It doesn't matter, does it? Like, does it really matter? Like, what is that person? You have to think about it. Like, it doesn't matter, does it? How do you feel about somebody classifying you or saying you're a black girl?
Well, no one says I'm a black girl.
No one's going to walk up to you or your dad or me and say, hey, you're a white man, or hey, you're a black girl. No one says that.
But
in
I'm saying
that
there's a
way.
bunch of pictures there, and they say, describe that little girl. They're going to say, oh, she's a black girl.
Because that would be rude, and you don't even know them.
Dad's saying if somebody put a bunch of pictures, one of a person who looks like your dad, one of a person who looks like you, and they say, which one's the black girl there? Who do you think they're going to point to? The person who looks like you.
Yeah.
So you're categorized, you're put in the group of black people.
What about in that same picture, what would they say, where's the white girl? They would say, there's not a white girl here. But if you say,
Yeah.
where's the black girl, they're going to point to you. But if they describe you as like, oh, where's the white girl? They would say, there's no white girl in this picture. In our society and all societies in the world,
What society mean?
society means a group of people. In society, many people have not been treated the same as other people. Some people look at people that are black and they say, I don't like that person. They shouldn't be given the same things that I have. Much of the time in America and other parts of the world, white people have said about black people, we are better than you. You cannot do the same things as us. We're going to treat you bad.
Well, I feel mean.
That's mean, right?
I'm not talking about you, Dad. Don't
Well,
cry.
thank you.
Do it.
Do you know not too long ago in Georgia that black people like you could not do the same things as white people. They had to go to a separate bathroom
Why?
because white people said, we don't want black people in our bathroom. And when you got on the bus, you had to get in the back of the bus because white people said, we don't want you on the front of our bus. And then there's a group called the Ku Klux Klan. You know what they did? They went to black people's houses and they would burn it down
Why?
because they said, we don't like black people.
So I'm sure they wanted to burn it down and build white houses there.
Maybe that, but you know what they really wanted? They wanted the black people out of here, and they didn't care if the black people died. Right now, you girls have it really good because you've been treated really good, right?
Yeah.
But think about a long time ago, you're 6 years old. Think about a long time ago, then all of a sudden one night you wake up and there's a fire, and your dad, who's black, picks you up and takes you out of the house because a long time ago, I couldn't marry your mom. A long time ago, I could not be with your mom. If I was with your mom a long time ago, you know what happened to me?
No.
White people would beat me up, maybe kill me, because they say, how dare you marry a black person?
No, they'd probably kill me and beat you up. That's what would happen.
Something bad would happen.
Give me a second. Let me think.
Yeah, it takes a lot, Alexis.
Whoever did that, they are very mean, and please don't do that ever again.
Well, that's a very civil way of talking about things.
But how would they burn down their house?
Well, typically they would ride up like on horses, because this is a long time ago, maybe they didn't have cars, and they were cowards, which means that they were too chicken to show people their faces, so they had like hoods on, but they would have like a torch, and then they would like ride around and they would like torch the house over and over and over again, and the house would just burn up, and the people inside might be looking out the window at their house burning, and they might die. And then the other people on the horses, the white people, would just ride away, and they were happy because they burned down a house full of black people.
Okay, why would they black people are not smart, because why would they just stay at the window?
I don't think you understand that a long time ago, and even some parts of the world today, and even in America now, it's still bad. Black people did not have the same permissions and could not do the same things in the world that white people could. Black people could not vote for the president. Black people could not go to the same schools. Black people could not get the same jobs. White people, for a long time, saw themselves better. We're better than black people. Do you think white people are better than black people?
No, they're both
Everyone's
good.
equal.
Everybody's good.
Your mom is darker,
Good.
you're lighter, I'm white, but we're all the same. On the inside, we have the same type of heart that beats. We have the same type of kidney that processes all of our stuff in our body. We have a brain. There's other people in the world that you have not met yet, who may not see you the same way your mom and dad and other people see you, who see you for who you are on the inside and love you.
You know, I think in talking about the past, you girls may not grasp and understand that, yes, this stuff happened in the past, but there's still people around today who feel that way. You could walk right past them and you wouldn't know because they secretly feel that way. What is it, Alexis?
But there's just not that much people that have that.
We don't know. We don't know everybody. No, but we do know that it exists because of what things that have happened. And what we wanted to talk to you about today is because, you know, sometimes we think that as we move forward in time, things will get better or things will change. And then we're reminded that we still have a lot of work to do as humans. So there are people who could walk around right now, girls, and look at you girls and just not like you at all. As a matter of fact, hate you. They don't know you. They don't know anything about you. They don't care that you're funny. They don't care that you're anything. They don't care that you're cute. They don't care anything. They just say, I hate black people. I hate those little black girls. So those people exist in the world. And it's important that we teach you that so that you know that that is wrong.
Girls, do you know what racism is?
No.
That's basically looking at somebody's skin and saying, I don't like them, I'm better than them, I don't want them around. Have you never heard the term racism?
No.
Okay. So girls, picture a white police officer shows up and there's a black guy. And the black guy is just kind of hanging out.
Walking his dog,
Not doing much. The white police officer talks for a few minutes, but then he arrests him and then he starts beating him up. He puts him in a headlock and maybe he takes his knee and he rams his knee into the guy's neck and he can't breathe. And the black guy's like, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Now, what if this black guy is like anybody else? He has a family at home, he has a good job, he has 2 daughters and a son, and he's on the ground like, I can't breathe, Mr. Officer. And you know what? What if the officer keeps pressing his knee harder and harder? And then what if the officer doesn't stop and he kills him? And now the black guy's laying there and he's dead. And this is the black guy who's kind of like me. He has a job, he has a family, he has a house. Now, the white police officer gets back in his car and goes back to work, and the black guy is dead. What I'm telling you is something that happened the other day.
It happened the other day.
Yeah, it happened the other day.
How did you know?
Not this exact thing, but something similar.
When your dad says this really happened, what he means is that this really happened and this continues to happen. It could be me. It's happened to black women as well. I could be going to the store. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm getting all. I could be going to the store and walk in and they said, oh yeah, that's the one who was here earlier. And it's not me, but because I'm the black girl who walked into that store, guess what? The officer could treat me the same way. That could be me. That could be your uncle. That could be Nana. The point we're trying to make is you girls need to understand this is happening. There's no excuse for it. Even if that person did rob the house and they're unarmed, they can be arrested without being killed. People's hatred towards other people is making them do things that are wrong. A police officer's job is not to kill someone on the spot unless their life is threatened. A police officer's job is to enforce the law, arrest somebody, they go to court, and they get their day in court. And you girls are very young, and you've been very young, and we've tried to slowly teach you and show you about these things, but in a way that you won't be scared to walk out of the door. We don't want you to be scared, we want you to be aware. You can be aware of what's happening, and hopefully one day when you're old enough, you can be a voice of change. People can see you as an example. So understand this is not us making something up. This is not about a YouTube video. This is about real life. This is about people who won't go home tomorrow. What if I didn't come home to you tomorrow because somebody killed me?
That would be sad.
You would not have a mother anymore. Some people don't have a father anymore because of that.
Police officers, particularly, they're exerting power that they should not have. They should not be allowed to do that to people, to any people, not black people, white people, to any people. But you girls in Jersey need to be aware of who you are. So girls, with all this said, we're gonna show you a couple videos. These videos might be a bit graphic, but they need to understand what's going on in the real world because you cannot have understanding and empathize with other people unless you see it, okay? So we're gonna show you a couple videos.
And Ava and Alexis, and when we say videos, we don't mean something that somebody's acting. I mean, this is, somebody recorded this actually happening. Like we're recording what we're doing right now, this actually happened. These are real videos.
Just cut over here.
So girls, this first video, this man's name was, I'm saying was because he's no longer alive. This man's name was George Floyd.
It's just after 8 p.m. on May 25th, and the security cameras of this local restaurant are rolling.
The officer had his knee in his neck. And you remember how you saw the lion and the cheetah grab the animal and suffocate him? It's the same thing. If somebody puts your knee into your neck, at some point you'll die.
But how did the ambulance get him when the police officers?
The police officers called an ambulance once they saw that he stopped moving.
So that guy who was alive, now he's dead. He didn't die on his own, right? He didn't die by himself. He died because somebody killed him.
But I thought he died for a reason because he was using fake money.
You told a lie to your parents. You think you should die? So why is that a reason? Because somebody used fake money to say that, oh, he died for a reason. Is that a reason to die?
No.
Do you think anybody who's living, anybody that you know in life, do you think they should be dead or they should live their life out? Even if they're in jail, you don't think they should just live their life out?
Yeah.
If you use fake money, that is against the law and you should be arrested. Do you think the police officer should say, I'm going to put my knee in your neck and I'm going to hurt you really bad? Or should the police officer say, what you did was against the law, I'm going to have to handcuff you and take you to jail and the judge can decide what happens to you? That's what should happen.
The police officers should go to jail.
That's a good point.
And you know what? He did. You know what now? The police officer got charged with murder. Murder means killing someone. But that's another story.
So girls, we're going to show you now this video of a young black man who's also deceased now, dead now. His name is Ahmaud Arbery.
Well, he's killed by men who really took the law into their own hands. You know what that means?
No.
Taking the law into your own hands is instead of me calling a police officer, I'm gonna go out there and do something to somebody. What if there was somebody who was trying to steal a car and I went over there and I tried to like arrest them myself and I tried to beat them up? That's me taking the law into my own hands. Really what I should do is pick up the phone and say, please, can you get the police over here really fast? There's a guy over there trying. It's not my job to try to do something to that guy because I see something wrong. This guy died because two people took the law into their own hands. Okay? So you want to see this? Mm-hmm. All right. That guy was 25 and he's dead.
25? That's so young.
Very young. They thought this guy was doing something bad, so they got out their guns out of their truck when they shot
Why
him.
do they have guns?
That's another thing. Why do
That's a
some people
law,
have?
right?
No, some people. No, you can have guns.
But you can't shoot them. But the law is you can't shoot them at people.
No, you can't.
You're absolutely right.
They're not even bothering you. They're not even doing anything wrong. They're not even stealing anything from your house. And it's a law that if you have a gun, you could still bring it, but make sure to not use it, and make sure to not just walk into a store and say, that guy's doing something wrong, I'm just gonna shoot them. That's not the right thing.
Yes, they could have called the police, but in the same case that we just showed you, the police were called and the man was still killed. So what we're trying to tell you about is not just about people who are doing outrageous things, about people, police or non-police, who have thoughts in their mind about not liking people for no reason.
I hope everyone goes to jail. Everyone, the one who did it, goes to jail.
Sometimes a white police officer, or sometimes just a white person might kill a black person, but the white person doesn't get in that much trouble. If the white person got in really, really bad trouble and they were in prison forever, or maybe they were killed, because the government can kill you too. They can put you in the electric chair. What do you think is a better way to handle all this? What do you think as 6-year-olds is the problem?
So I think they can still not like the white people, don't have to like the black people. The black people don't have to like the white people. But I think they should just talk the problems out. So if a white guy sees a brown guy running in his neighborhood and he doesn't like it, instead of doing something or calling the police, that's not something to do to call the police. Sometimes you can just stop whatever you're doing and just talk to them in a nice, complete way. And then probably you'll solve their problems better.
That sounds very reasonable. Alexis, I do want to say, it is important to say that not everyone has to like other people. It is okay to say, I don't like that person. But the main thing is you can't hurt somebody. You can't go hurt somebody because you don't like their skin color. Alexis, how do you feel?
Before they do anything, they shouldn't kill them. They should actually say, I shouldn't hurt them or harm them. I should just go and mind my own business because it's not only your place that your whole apartment. It's not only your place. And if it is still, why will you hurt them if they're in your yard? You shouldn't just say, okay, you should actually go talk to them.
But should you try to do anything yourself?
No, you shouldn't.
And when the police gets there, should the police beat the person up?
No.
No.
I want to make good note, Alexis, of what you said about just because somebody's running in what you think is your neighborhood, you don't own your neighborhood. I'm 100% agree with that. The thing with people is no one owns a neighborhood. I can go somewhere else and go run if I want to.
No one
Your dad can go someplace else and go run if he wants to. No one can say, hey, you don't belong here. I'm just running. I'm just jogging.
If someone's walking in someone else's, not yours, they're just dealing with someone else, you shouldn't go over there and do something.
When talking about police officers, it's very important, and firefighters or ambulance, it's important to know that most of these people want to do the right thing. They want to help other people. A few of them are bad, and they make all police officers sometimes look bad. If you have one police officer who kills other people, you might think all police officers are bad. But really, most of them are pretty good. They're trying to do a good job. So we wanted to show you the videos and get your reaction because you are a black person. And you need to understand the injustices, which means things that are done unfairly to people for no reason in the past, which we'll talk more about, what slavery is and what that was. But we have talked about intensely Martin Luther King, right? How he helped people, how he helped black people, how he was a great man and a great leader. That wasn't that long ago. But we still need like a Martin Luther King now who's saying these things should not happen, these things shouldn't continue. And that's why we're telling you these things, so that you can be aware and that you can do your part to have understanding of what's going on and maybe grow up to have the right information to help our society to be better.
Everybody, you need to not always kill somebody or hurt them. You're supposed to talk it out, or you could just mind your own business. Not take it in a mean way, a nice way.
You girls need this information not just because you're little black girls, but because you're people in this world. It needs to be a conversation that's held by anybody who has a compassion for people, so that is caring, who cares about people, so that there can be change effective. Change does not become effective on one side. Just because us as black people, obviously not you, just because us as black people are talking about it and making ourselves aware, we already know. The awareness and change needs to also happen on every side.
You are 6 and you're unaware of a lot of this stuff because you've had a great life. You're pretty girls and you're funny and your mom and dad love you, and we don't talk about these types of things. We don't fight about it. Nobody comes to me and says, I don't like your black wife, or they don't come to her and say, I don't like your white husband. But you need to understand, outside of this house, people are not treated fairly. Okay?
It's really bad.
White people treating black people bad. White people treating Mexican people bad. Other races treating other people bad. People treating white people bad. Some people say, I don't like your skin color. And you made a good point. That is fine if you say that, but go about your day. You don't have to like everyone. But that doesn't mean you can harm them.
Doesn't mean you can hurt them. The right thing is to just go on and mind your own business, or it's fine if you like them. If you don't like them or you like them, you could just keep it to yourself, because sometimes you could say it to them, but they might hurt their feelings, so you might not want to say it to them.
How do you feel about who you are?
As long as I stay away from people that I don't know. And
well, that is a good point. Your mom and dad are here to protect you, but when you get older, that's the point. When you become 25, we can't be around you all the time.
Then I'll just live with my sister.
Okay.
Then I'll just or Josie.
It's important for your mom and I to let you know, as you get older now, when you're 6, when you're 7, when you're 8, that we do a lot of fun videos, but we're also going to be doing videos that educate you and empower you more, so that you grow up to be great leaders and smart, and you help society, and you help out not only your people, but people in general, by being good role models and leading by example. And when something bad happens, you raise your hand and say, wait a minute, I don't like that. Can we change that?
And then other people will just do the same thing, and then they'll keep spreading into the world, and then everybody will know, I should think before I do stuff. Mama always tells me that. And
all day long.
Think before you do stuff.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. We know it was very long, but it's important. It's important to let the girls know at this age that they need to start being aware of who they are and their ability with a following to evoke change and to do something in this world. And that's partly our job as parents, to have the right parenting, to give these little people the right arsenal so that they're equipped with this.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you do more videos. Subscribe and turn on the notification. Thank you for watching.